Ooh, your boy is stoked right now. We just went to Rose Street Skate Shop and we picked up some goodies. Your boy finally got a new board. We got some new shoes. I got some new wheels to set up. We got some grip. I mean, sheesh, I'm excited. This is like a nice new setup. And the reason why this is such a nice new setup is just because of this board right here. This is one of those deluxe true fits. And a few months ago, I got to ride the Ashad Skate Shop Day version of it. It was my first real board. It was actually my first deluxe board I've ever rode. I've always heard good things, but until I actually rode it, I can now back that. Like, it was so nice, and I've never skated anything like it. And it's really kind of down to that 13.88 wheelbase. That 13.88 wheelbase is so small, and it was just so poppy. It was so quick and responsive, and I didn't realize how much it was going to benefit me in my skating. That board was also the same size of like the 825 and 31.5 inches long. Has a nice nose and tail. They're both pretty steep. I mean, for my nose slides and tail slides, I just really need to have a big nose and tail. I like a steep kick, and I don't know, after I rode that board, I really fell in love with it. To the point when I even took it apart, I actually set it back up because it was that good. I had to skate it again. Unfortunately, I couldn't get my hands on another one of those boards, so every other board I kept getting, I kept comparing it to that board. So the skate shop finally got some more of these boards in with these specs, so I had to grab one. And I was between this like Nicole board and there was a Knox board, which was like a crooked board. It had like a brown stain on the graphic where this was green and my last board was green wood. And I don't know, with the green ply, I don't know, it's been like kind of nice. And this graphic is so sick. And I think I just always have loved monster trucks. Like, I go to Monster Jam and stuff. So like seeing this, I was like, oh, that's sick. I feel like I should have my Gravedigger shirt on or something right now. I feel like I'm like a poser. But anyways, I'm just like really hyped to get to set one of these up again. But yeah, clearly you can tell I'm pretty stoked. I feel like before we set up the board, we just go over the shoes real quick. So we got another pair of Dunkies. We're going to be skating these this month, or however long they last. I'm really into these. Like, it's funny because they're almost like orange label suede material. And I honestly love the gum sole. I think the gum is my favorite part about these shoes. Pastel-y or something, like it's such like a nice like black like that. And I feel like honestly in this last year, the suede has been so much nicer. Kind of like what I was saying about orange label. Like, orange label material is usually a little bit nicer. And this is seriously so nice, this suede. Like the last few pairs of Dunks that I've been skating, the suede has been so nice. Like a little black sole in there. I was gonna see if they come with other color laces. Okay, cool. It comes with like a silver like charcoal lace, which is kind of nice. So actually that'll look pretty fresh. So when I rip a lace, I think I'm gonna leave the red on, but that's not bad, I'm not gonna lie. The gum honestly just brings me back to all the old skate shoes I used to skate when I started skating. But yeah, anyways, these look pretty chill. I just like how they're suede. They're gonna break in pretty easy. And I think the reason why I like Dunks so much, or at least the reason why I love skating them so much, is because of this cup sole. It works for me so well because I still get board feel. Like, it surprisingly has a lot of board feel for being a cup sole, but it still gives you that protection of a cup sole. It brings me back to, like, I really don't skate Volk shoes anymore. It does flick really nice, don't get me wrong, but usually when I land primo or just like, I don't know, I feel like every time I even bail my board or something, it just hurt my feet on impact. Even be very minimal impact, but the Volk shoes always just hurt me. So that's kind of the reason why I stopped skating Blazers. I tried skating Janowskis and they were just way, way too thin for me now. It was cool to skate them again, but I definitely did not feel confident in them. When I wear these, I feel confident where I can actually jump down something and it's gonna be chill. The other shoe I've been thinking about picking up is a DC Lynx. I used to love skating those. I know the sole is gonna be a lot thicker, but I do like that little runner toe it has, because when you flick your board, that little runner toe makes a difference. Which kind of brings up the vertebrae. Those are also pretty good shoes. They're honestly a little too thin for me, but they are kind of a good cup sole with a little runner toe that gives you a good flick. I guess, and one last thing before we get to the board, I do want to mention, like, usually when I break in my shoes, I'll just kind of like bend them a bunch like this. Like, I know you can microwave them and things like that, but usually I just bend them like this a bunch and then I'll wear them around for like a day or two and then I'm good to skate in them. Not gonna lie, sometimes I just skate them out of the box and I think maybe I'm just so used to it right now that like it doesn't bother me, because they do break in pretty fast. But yeah, okay, enough with the shoes, let's get to the board. I'm so excited to skate this board, you guys have no idea. Okay. Anyways. So debate, do you guys keep that little sticker on or not? Because I don't like that thing. In the past, I remember seeing you would like get a little ring around it. That could have been due to bad grip tape back in the day that you could see the circle around it, but I like to bail it. Somebody once told me it's bad luck too to keep it on. So I was like, okay, maybe I do. I'm not very superstitious, but I feel them on that. Maybe I don't risk it, you know what I'm saying? Okay, we'll just grip it. All right, so we got some pepper grip right here. It's just like the regular pepper grip. It's not like the ultra grip or anything crazy like that. It's just the regular grip tape. I've been really enjoying it over the last few boards. It still has the little perforated holes, so it's kind of like Mob. I feel like it's like thicker than Mob maybe, because like Mob feels kind of more like flimsy, I guess, or lighter or something. This is like a little bit thicker. I don't know, I really like it, and the grip is like very grippy, don't get me wrong. The other deluxe board I had was almost 3 months old with the same pepper grip, and I swear it was still grippy. It was actually kind of insane. Okay, so we got that out of here. I'm not gonna do anything special, I'm just gonna throw it straight on. I was thinking about doing it like, I don't know, too much effort for me. I really don't need that. That just complicates it for your boy. I was gonna like even put it on like sideways or something, but it's okay. Oh, I almost messed up my grip tape, no joke. Oh, that was so bad. Cause okay, so right there, that was a great example. If that happened to me, like the Mob grip would have wrinkled. If that makes sense, like Mob grip wrinkles. There we go. That's the difference. This doesn't do that crinkle wrinkle thing. You know what I'm saying? If you ride Mob, you know what I'm talking about. Cooks, I didn't even know you were here. Crazy. I love the silver tool. This like OG ratchet, it's like one of my favorite tools. But low key, if you don't have a skate tool that has the little file on top, you can always use your truck and grind it around this way too. Like that works just as well if you don't have anything. Gripping time. I feel like I ask this question every time. Do you guys cut it in like quarters, or do you just do the one single cut for the grip tape? Because like, I remember like growing up, I would always cut the nose and tail areas off first, and then like, or the middles, you know? Like I would do a slit there, a slit there, a slit there, and there. But I think maybe now I'm just a grown up and I can do it. You know? Whew. All these years of practice. It is always very satisfying cutting grip tape, I'm not gonna lie. Especially when you have like a new razor blade, it's so nice. Like that just slicing through a butar. It's actually slicing through pepper. That's even crazier if you think about it. Slicing through pepper, whoa. Okay, so normally I would take the grip tape and like hit it all around right now, but I don't really want to make too much of a mess in here, so I'll probably do that outside later. So I'm gonna throw that over there. That's how grippy it is. It stays on me. All right, cool beans. We got that on. This graphic is so sick. I don't know where to put this little Rose Street sticker. I want to put it somewhere. Did I put it down here? Yeah, let's put the trucks on right now. For my 825, we're going to be putting independent 149s on. I know this size technically is a little bit bigger than an 825. It actually does match up pretty good. Like I swear, like the wheel doesn't hang out or anything. And for the tricks I do, I'd rather have a bigger truck. I do a lot of crooked grinds, a lot of feeble grinds. Having more truck is just easier for me to land into those tricks. I've noticed when I have a smaller truck, it's just harder for me to aim for a crooked grind or a feeble grind. Because don't get me wrong, I have tried the 139s on the 825, and yeah, my board maybe feels a little bit lighter or something, and it might flick a little bit better, but this just works for me way nicer. And I think I'm just so used to riding big trucks. I used to really only ride 169s and like 215s, so I feel like the way I get into crooked grinds is so sideways that like I still need a wide truck. I hate putting hardware in my board like this through the grip tape for the trucks. This is like so not chill. If there was a tool that you could just poke all the holes with, well, you know, just do like a 4-hole poker, that would be so chill. Did I just come up with something? I might have, but I feel like no one would buy it. Only lazy people like me might buy it. I mean, now that my trucks are broken in, I can kind of tell my front truck has like the crook grooves kind of going on there. But do you guys have certain ways to label your front and back truck? Like I've seen people write the F or the B on the truck. There's all different types of ways I've heard and seen. So I'm just curious. Comment and let me know which way you guys label your trucks or how you guys, you know, can tell which one is the front truck and the back truck. It's funny because even I remember as a kid, there was a guy at the skate park and he would always change his trucks. Like he would purposely put his back as his front. And so he would break in his trucks evenly, which I thought was actually pretty smart, but I've never done that. And it's crazy how like the 7/8 hardware or whatever, or if it's like 1 inch or lower, it goes in so easy. Because some skate tools, if you have like long hardware, you can't literally get the tool in there. It's so annoying. Maybe that's why I like this hardware. It just like screws in easy and sinks in. It's like that Modus bearing company. It's their hardware, if anyone's wondering. And I believe it's at Rose Street Skate Shop as well. Yeah, and if you guys aren't local, you guys can shop Rose Street online. I'll leave their link in the description. Support the homies over there. And I want to mention I've been skating the hollow trucks recently. I switched from riding the inverted kingpins back to the hollows. One, they are actually a little bit lighter. And like the second reason why I like these a little bit more is I can actually keep tightening them. I've noticed for certain manual tricks and other things I'll be doing, I'll like to tighten it a little bit more. So these actually do get a little bit tighter. Inverted kingpins were working great for me when I was skating curbs because I skate my trucks pretty loose when I skate curbs. But those are kind of like the two differences why I switched over back to the hollows. I still do have inverted kingpins though on my 169s. So when I do skate curbs, I have the nice curb setup, but for the street setup, this is what I've been skating. The biggest thing I've noticed though with these trucks is that normally when I get independence, like I don't have to tighten or loosen the trucks at all. Usually the stock bushing is like perfect. I did notice with the hollows, I did have to do one full crank around to make it like nice, because they came way looser than I thought. So if you do like actually really loose trucks, you'll probably like them the way they come. But if you're wondering why I'm skating the hollows, that's why. One more truck to put on, and then you know what? We'll go to the wheels and we'll just go to rails last, I guess. Yeah, I need to still go get a ruler and like a little marker or something. So next we're gonna move on to the wheels. We're gonna be riding the same wheels again, the 48 millimeters by 99A. I really like these little ones because like it's just a good width I feel for how small they are. The 99's been working. I do wish they were 100. I think that would be like perfect for me. I do like to do a lot of slide tricks, but the 99 does handle for me pretty well depending if I'm street skating or in the parks. We're gonna move on to the tires like I was saying. Right here we're taking off some old 48s. I've been skating these 48s for probably like 6 weeks now, but just so you can kind of get a little reference on even the color, how they look, how much smaller I guess they've gotten used. And we're rocking the Bones Big Ball still. And these bearings have been lasting me probably 3 months now. I think this is my third setup, or yeah, I want to say my third or fourth setup now with these bearings. So the fact that they've already lasted this long is a good sign. So these big balls are priced, I think, maybe at like $30, where Bones Reds are probably like 20 bucks, like after tax and everything. And these bearings, I don't want to say they're faster than Reds, but they're definitely a lot smoother than Reds. I'm surprised, like these are amazingly how like these are still going that good. When I first got them, they kind of sounded a little oily and like they were a little kind of, they were honestly slower in the beginning, but in time they have definitely gotten better. The sound of them, the look of them and everything has just gotten way better. But just to show you a little reference on how good this thing is still spinning, like that's so nice now. Like if you do want to upgrade from like a Bones Red and you don't want to get a Swiss or anything, I would definitely suggest trying these. They've definitely lasted me a lot longer than my Reds. Usually I blow through Reds kind of fast. I don't know if it's just from all the curbs I bash into or what, but these have been holding up really nice and I've been really enjoying them. Whoa, that's a 48 and they're probably like down to 45s or something, these guys. That's actually kind of funny. They definitely slimmed down a little bit. I'd like to point out why I like to skate the small wheels is that I do get a little bit of extra leverage and I get a little extra clearance when I am skating curbs and other kind of ledge spots or rail spots. Honestly, they're so light. If you really think about it, 4 of these little wheels probably only weigh the amount of like 3 big wheels, if that makes sense. So they definitely have a little weight reduction, I want to say. And so any weight I can shed off is always a good thing. I'm going to finish up my other 2 wheels and then we will get to the rails. I'm going to be moving on to the rails. I just have some normal pig rails right here. Oh, you know what? I actually want to go grab some tape or something. That's what I'm going to go do. We're going to measure these rails. I like to go about, literally I do 2 inches. People might think I'm crazy, but I usually mark it at 2 inches in. Since I do a lot of these tilt tricks like board slide hurricane, board slide feeble, the closer your rail's in, you'll just get more leverage on your tilt. So it's just going to make it easier to tilt into it. The further out it is better for grabbing your board. You get more support when you grab the board that way. So let me further explain that actually. So the further they are in here, like it's just going to be better for board sliding. So if you're doing board slides and your rails are all the way out here and your board's getting all the marks in the middle, like, yeah, that's chill, but technically the rails aren't doing their job. The closer they are, you're not trying to touch that graphic. You're trying to keep the middle of this board clean. So you don't want to be touching any of that surface of the board. You want to only be sliding on plastic. But like I said, the further they are to the edge, it's going to be better for grabbing the board when you're doing airs. So depending on what you're doing is going to definitely depend on how far or how close you want your rails in. And so to help kind of prevent the little rattles and everything, I usually put double-sided tape on my board. Even Dan will just literally put a whole thing of tape here and then just drill the rail into it, which still works obviously. But I was going to kind of make this a little bit nicer. So I do have a plan. I don't have my drill, so I need to be back again. This is going to definitely take me a long time, so I understand if you guys don't want to watch this. I probably won't film the entire thing of me doing this, but just so you guys get the idea, I'm just going to double-sided tape through some of these holes right here, just so then when I actually drill in, it'll actually grab onto something, and it just will prevent some rattling going on in this, you know? Yep. Okay. All right. Well, at least we got that rail in kind of good. And now I'm going to do the same thing to this rail. So I'm not going to film it, but yeah, you get the idea. Just got the rails on the board. It's looking fresh. So I've only had these rails on like maybe one other board before this. These pig rails are pretty thin, so they usually only last a few boards, especially once the actual screws get kind of torn up from sliding. Then I just can't get them out, and then I just leave it on the board. Don't get me wrong. I've tried all of the rails. I just like how light and thin these are. I actually really like the Santa Cruz hollow ones. Those are actually my favorite rails. But yeah, she's looking chill. All right, I'm so hyped. The setup's looking fresh. I don't know where I'm gonna put this roast street on. Might throw this little SB sticker at the bottom. Do I throw I want to put the roast somewhere kind of funny. Like maybe even on the monster truck would be kind of funny. All right, I know you can barely see it, but there's the roastery and there's the Nike SB sticker. But anyways, whatever. I'm sure there'll be more stickers added to this eventually. Comment, let me know what you guys are skating right now, what boards, what shoes you guys are skating. Also, let me know why you like them. I mean, that's the most important reason, is I want to know why you guys are picking the products you guys are skating. Am I missing something? Am I sleeping on something? I felt like I slept on Deluxe for way too long. But you know what, now I'm aware and I'm so hyped I get to ride another one of these True Fit molds because I've been searching for one of these since I skated it. I just want to go skate this today so bad. All right.